funny straight line. Who's all the straight line up there? Very good. Okay. Did you know that stories are very, very old? And for thousands and thousands of years, that's a long time, isn't it? People have been telling stories to teach special things about how we should live and how we should act. Did you remember some stories that Jesus told? Jesus told stories, and they told us special things about how we should treat each other, how we should behave with each other and be kind. Do you know the story I'm going to do today with Five Blue is over 2,000 years old. It's a very, very old story. And do you know, a long time ago, this story was told to children in Italy, and they were called Romans. And a long time ago, the Romans had an amazing city called Rome. Hands up if you've heard of Rome. And in Rome, there is a very, very, very big building. It's a big, round building, and it seats many, many people, and it's called the Colosseum. And you know that. Fantastic. Who knows that? In the Colosseum, a long time ago, they used to have battles between wild animals. Now, this story was told to children, same age as you, a long time ago. So I want you to look carefully and see if you can work out what the message is. I'm going to ask you at the end, what do you think this story teaches you to do? I wonder. This story is called Androcles and the Lion. A long time ago in ancient Rome, there lived a poor slave named Androcles. His cruel master made him work from daybreak until long past nightfall. Androcles had very little time to rest or to eat. One day, Androcles decided to run away from his harsh master, even though he would be breaking the law.
How are they working? Not hard enough! Especially that one. He's planning to escape. Keep an eye on him! Take them away!
Androcles ran, crouching low, running across the fields, swiftly away from his master to escape the cruelty. Androcles crossed the fields unseen. It was only when he came to some open woods that he dared to stand up tall again. Androcles found a place at the foot of a tall tree. He lay down on a bed of pine needles and fell asleep. Was exhausted. When he woke, he hiked deeper into the woods so his master wouldn't find him. He looked for water and for something to eat. But other than a few berries, there was no food. Day after day, Androcles searched for food. And day after day, he went hungry. He grew so weary and so weak that at last he was afraid that he wouldn't live through the night. He had just enough strength to creep up to the mouth of a cave that he had passed by before. He crawled into the cave and fell asleep. As he lay sleeping, 2 lions were hunting in the woods. The lions liked to sleep in the daytime and hunt for their food at night. So at the end of a long night, the lions set off for their cave, just as the morning light began to fill the sky. Just before reaching the cave where Androcles was sleeping, the lion stepped on the fallen branch of a thorn tree. A large thorn went deep into his paw. The lion let out an angry roar which frightened the other lion away and woke Androcles with a start. From the mouth of the cave, Androcles could see the lion rolling around on the ground in pain. The lion's roars echoed loudly through the cave. Androcles was terrified that the lion would attack him.
Shall I do it? Or will I be too afraid?
But the lion held out his paw to Androcles. Even from a distance, Androcles could see the very large thorn in the lion's paw. Androcles found some courage and came closer. He slowly sat down on the ground near the beast. And to Androcles' surprise, the huge lion flopped his great big paw into the young man's lap. Androcles spoke soothing words to the lion.
Don't worry, handsome lion. I'll get this thorn out in no time.
And he carefully pulled the thorn from the lion's paw. When the thorn was gone, the lion rubbed his head against Androcles' shoulder and purred a rumbling purr. The lion was very grateful to Androcles and didn't even mind that Androcles had moved into his cave. So the two became friends. The lion slept for most of the day, and at night the two lions hunted for food while Androcles slept. Here comes the food. Each morning, the lion would bring meat to Androcles, and sometimes that was rabbit. And Androcles would build a fire to cook his meal. One morning, as Androcles was cooking what the lion had brought him, 5 soldiers suddenly appeared.
There he is!
Androcles tried to run, but they were too fast for him. They sprinted after him, and when they caught him, they tied his hands behind the back.
We saw the smoke from your fire. You are slaves. You have been recaptured. You will go to the Colosseum and fight the lion.
The lion awoke with a start. The lions looked around, but before they could get away, other soldiers came to chase them. They threw a net over the lion. They attached the end to a pole, and they carried the angry lion out of the woods. The lion roared. And the rabbit had a lucky escape that day. Androcles was locked in one cell of the Colosseum. The lion, up the back there, was locked in another cell. As was the custom in Rome at the time, the man and the lion would battle. Hundreds of people gathered in the Colosseum to watch this event, including the Emperor of Rome. blast. The bars to his cell were opened. Androcles was pushed onto the field and the crowd cheered. The trumpet sounded again. And the bars of the lion cage were opened. The lion bounded across the arena. Suddenly, the lion stopped right in front of Androcles, and he gently lifted his paw. The crowd of people was stunned. The emperor said,
How did you tame this ferocious beast?
I helped him when he needed, and that is why he spared my life.
The emperor freed Androcles and the lion.
You are free. You're free too.
The lion returned free with his friend to the wild woods. However, watching Androcles and impressed by the kindness and the courage of Androcles was the princess, the emperor's daughter, who was so impressed by the kindness of Androcles that she went to him and they became great friends. Androcles and the princess often went for a walk in the woods to visit their friends, the lions, who never forgot the kindness that Androcles had shown him. The end.
Stop it?
Yeah.